We're
What's
here.
up, everybody? We are fucking here, baby. It's the Get Back, a day before Thanksgiving, Wednesday night. And we are going to preview the Thanksgiving games, the 1 o'clock, the 4 o'clock, and the 8 o'clock slate, and also throw in the Black Friday game at 3, Bears versus Eagles.
Why? Because NFL likes money.
Here. You guys like football? I like money. We give you extra game, we get paid. Deal?
Think about it now.
Think about it.
Think about it now. Amazon. Think about it now. Think about it.
Hey, they're going to be home. They're going to watch.
They're going to be on Amazon already on Black Friday. Might as well.
Might as well watch. might as well. So here we go. Lions versus Packers. The traditional game. The ceremonial game that I've been watching for a lot of my life. Lions versus Packers. And for a lot of my life, it was Packers always pretty much taking this game, bar a few occasions. But now Detroit's up. So,
Well, both teams are up.
they're both up. But if I had to make a prediction for this game, I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions. They're at home.
Interesting.
I feel like they have the better team. I think they are riding pretty high. Who did they just win their last game? Beat the Giants, riding pretty high. They still have a great offense, powerful offense. And they get back center Frank Ragnow. That is big. Cleans up a hole in their offensive line that they may not have had if he had just fucking straight retired. And I think that the Lions are just the better team versus the Packers. The Packers, for me, are a bit inconsistent, even though they are 7-3-1. Their play to me doesn't inherently scream 7-3-1. I feel like they're a bit wishy-washy sometimes, and that offense could be a bit stagnant at times, and they can be scored on. So I believe that the Lions are going to take this game. I think it'll be like a reasonably close game, right? If the Packers lose, they don't lose by much. But I think the Lions could take this probably like a 27-20 game or a 28-21 game, something of that nature. But I do got the Lions taking it.
I mainly agree with you. I like the Lions in this. It's Thanksgiving. It's divisional. There's always a fun matchup, regardless of where both teams are in the standings. This is a very important game for both teams in the standings. The NFC North is absolutely stacked right now at the top. I think everybody has 8 or 7 wins, apart from the Vikings, who are just not good. So this is a very competitive match. I just think the Lions have more impactful players. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, to name a few. Aiden Hutchinson on defense is going to be a monster. Mike Parsons is going to be the same way. But I just feel like the Lions have a bit more here. I think they're coming in with good momentum. The Packers have been playing well, but they haven't really playing big competition. The Lions have had a grind of a schedule, to say the least. And while both teams are kind of inconsistent, I think I trust the Lions a bit more in this one. And I'm still not sold on Jordan Love. I'm not sold on Jared Goff either, but I feel like I trust Jared Goff more in this. And I trust, Dan Campbell at home with Thanksgiving crowd and needing a big win to finally pull it off. Both teams need a marquee win on their schedule, so it's very important they both come away with a win here. But I feel like for the Lions, they have to really prove that they're back to their old selves. I haven't felt that from them this year so far. I think this is a good game. They can kind of get that mojo back. But I like Jahmyr Gibbs. I like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think both of them are coming in hot. Packers defense is good, not great. I think that alone is enough for me to kind of convince myself to pick the Lions over the Packers. But I think it is a close game. I think I'm leaning towards 28-24 in that regard. I think it's probably going to come down to the last possession. But I think I just trust the Lions a bit more, and I trust Jared Goff a bit more than I do Jordan Love right now.
Fair enough. Jess, what do we think of this matchup? Talk to me.
Um, I think I agree with a little bit with Daniel in terms of they've both been inconsistent, and I kind of see them as sort of the same team almost. Um, where are they playing? At Detroit,
Detroit.
right?
In Detroit.
I'm gonna go Packers.
Oh, spicy. Why? Why are we taking Packers here?
Even though Jordan Love is up and down, I kind of trust Matt before over um
Dan
what's his last
Campbell.
name?
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell. I
Really?
trust the coach a little bit more. The Lions have been a bit disappointing.
A,
No, that's fair. No, I agree with Jess on that
a
one.
bit
I agree.
Come on,
disappointing?
they're not like what they were. I think last year they were better,
Oh,
right? We
oh,
can all
okay.
agree.
So you expected them to be more dominant than they have been this year?
Well, at least stay the same. They kind of took a big step back this season.
They haven't been a good team to me. They've been a lot of really, really poor teams.
Hold on. Are the Bears not a good team?
The Bears are a good team.
They
I'm just
beat the
saying.
Bears.
I'm just in regards of who they've played and their expectation, they haven't showed up in a big game. I.e., look at the Colts game when they play the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Lions to me should when they lost the Lions lost the Chiefs the Lions lost the Chiefs this year, and that to me was a big game that really needed to stand out in. They crapped the bed entirely. So to me, they haven't proven that. I feel like this is their moment and this is their opportunity to finally put that aside and get like a marquee win on their resume to start their playoff push. This is the game to do it. But I agree with Jess. I've been very disappointed by the Lions this year, and I get it. New coordinators. It's still the same team last year, plus Aiden Hutchinson, a healthy Aiden Hutchinson. So you should be better than what you are, and you're not. So to me, I'm a bit disappointed by them this year.
Yo, ain't it funny that we were never disappointed by the Lions because they were always just bad, but now we're disappointed at them being like, oh, wait, you don't have
Because
9
they
wins right
showed
now?
signs.
You don't have 9 wins right
Because
now?
look how look at the change they made over the last few years.
That's right.
So, and I think it's been such an improvement that now they can have the critique of you're being disappointing.
I mean, we expected them to be the top, if not one of the top teams in the NFC this year. No, and not to say that they're not, but they're not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not. Are they better than the Eagles right now? Yes or no?
No.
Are they better than the Rams right now? Yes or no?
No.
Are they better than the
No.
Seahawks right now? Yes or no?
Yes, I think so. I would take Lions over Seahawks. That's just me.
To start the year, are they better than the 49ers right now? Yes or no?
Yes. 1,000%. Yes. Take Lions over 49ers any day of the week. What?
Now, to start the year, all those are automatic yeses, yes or no?
Yeah.
Automatic.
It's besides the Eagles one, because the Eagles just came off the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I would probably say Eagles over Lions, but they were number 2, like solidified.
For the most part, we had them 1 or 2.
Yep.
And we can't even have that conversation right now. That to me is a disappointing factor. Now they played tough teams. They did. They've lost to tough teams, but they've also never really shown out against a good team. They've been dominated by good teams.
Fair
that
enough.
To me is my problem with them. The Packers, on the other hand, they've been kind of inconsistently inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
Good loss, bad loss, tie, bad loss, good loss. I mean, good win, bad loss, stuff like that. They lost to the Browns. How seriously can we take them? You know what I mean?
So this might
But then they go out and they almost beat the Eagles. So how good are they?
Right? This is their oh, we just we're teetering back now to good. This is their teeter back. Right? They're like a scale. They're like, are we good or are we not? Hold on. Our defense is good sometimes. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, yes, we are. Ooh. But I don't mind a Packers pick here. I don't know. It's
I don't
interesting.
think it's. I think this game can go either way. It really could. It's a big. It's a great Thursday opener. Great
Really is.
Thanksgiving opener.
Yeah. I like it. Now, the 4 o'clock game. The Kansas
As
City
always,
Chiefs
as a tradition.
are heading into Arlington, Texas, into Jerry's World, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. They
As a
are
tradition.
favored 63.6% to win against the Cowboys.
I mean, I could.
Am I gonna
I was
be
gonna say I could see a
am I
win,
am
but
I gonna be the contrarian here? I don't know, Jim. Cowboys. I don't know, man. That offense is humming right now, and that defense showed a lot to me against the Eagles. They've
they have
shown
to
that
carry that into this game.
exactly. So I think on a
You
short
can't
week,
show up tired.
right? You're riding high off a big win that you just had,
You're
big
at
comeback
home.
win over the Eagles, and the Chiefs just came off a really tough win, and they've had, up and downs in their schedule. They're not the juggernaut that we've seen they are. They've taken a bit of a dip in their play. But it's the fucking Chiefs, man. It's Andy
And it's the
Reid.
Cowboys. And sometimes the Cowboys fucking fart. Sometimes they lay an egg.
Hold on. And I think that in this game, I think the Chiefs take it. Now, unfortunately,
same thing.
I think it'll be close.
But I want them to struggle for it.
Yeah, I think it'll be close in moments, but I don't think that the Cowboys will ever have like this sense of, oh, we're gonna win the game. You know what I mean? Like the Cowboys, for me, at least in this game, I feel like they'll be just a step behind the Chiefs, where the Chiefs, they're moving the ball offensively, and the defense is getting timely stops, and now we got to make second half adjustments. But by that time, I think it'll be too late for the Cowboys to make adjustments.
But one of their players is not playing. Someone on their O-line who's supposed to, I forgot his name, but he's a very important player, is kind of injured for them. So
on their O-line, Tyler Guyton. He is the big he's the big left tackle, right tackle on that O-line. He's really good. But
he's out.
He is out. But I don't think that changes the pick for me. Even if he was playing, I still would probably say Chiefs. I just think the Cowboys would be a step behind whatever the Chiefs want to do. I think schematically the Chiefs are going to be able to take this one. They could be able to outcoach Brian Schottenheimer. And I think just, Patrick Mahomes being Patrick Mahomes, it's really hard to pick against him. And if the Cowboys do win, I think it would be fucking magical. It would be like the Jacksonville game where you're like, oh, shit, do they got the sauce right now? Do they got the secret recipe? But I'm going to go Chiefs in this one.
I think and also the Chiefs they're more serious contenders for the playoffs. I feel like they're going to want this win a lot more than Dallas. Dallas is just, even though they did come back and beat the Eagles, I don't know if they have that in them to carry that into this type of team, to this type of game.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you are home, even if you did come off the win and the Chiefs came off not a terrible win, but one that they had to go to overtime to. I don't know if they got enough juice. Dak would have to play amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing ball. No one can't drop any. They would have to be pristine, and their defense would have to fucking. You have to shut him down some way, somehow. And I just don't know if I think you're right. They would just be outcoached. And I think the Chiefs just, they're just a bit more of a serious team overall.
Serious? What do you mean by serious? What does that mean? Like you think they have more of a chance to make playoffs? They have something to play for,
I think
fight
the whole
for.
Organization is on the same page. The locker room is on the same page as much as possible. They are used to winning. They want to keep that status quo, and they are doing everything they can, no matter how they win, to get the win. And I think Dallas, there's just too many. They are not about that. There's just they can't get their shit together. They got a new coach. They let key players go, even though it hasn't been that detrimental to them. It's just I don't know. You got Jerry Jones, like they're just not. I don't. They're not the same organization.
Hmm. So you're picking
If they win,
Patrick Mahomes.
I said I think that the Chiefs are gonna. The Chiefs are gonna. I want to pick the Chiefs? No, I don't. No, I don't. But we have to like admit things that
Oh no.
the Chiefs are just a better team overall. And like you said the other day, they are better than what their record shows. Now, it would be phenomenal if the Cowboys make a run for it and make them pull out their hair and that they actually pull off an upset win. That would be amazing. But I don't know if we're going to get that from them. I don't know. Do they have it in them to do it within a week, twice within a week? Is that the team that has it in them to do it twice in a week? The Chiefs are. I don't know if the Cowboys are.
I feel like Daniel's gonna be the contrarian here. I see him just doing his fucking Shark Tank
Prove
hands.
me wrong, Daniel. Prove me wrong, because I would love to be proven wrong.
Talk to me, Daniel. Talk to me.
Cowboys are dysfunctional. The Chiefs are riding high. Yeah, the more experienced head coach. Playoff run. Are we forgetting who America's team is? The original America's team? Are we forgetting what the day is? Are we forgetting this is the American holiday with America's team on primetime
they don't give
television?
a fuck about that. They don't care. They don't care. No one. The people who are playing don't care.
Are we forgetting about the prolific offense that the Cowboys have? Are we forgetting about that? Are we forgetting about George Pickens and how he's calling all the shot right now? And how he's posting about Brittany Mahomes and throwing all the smoke everywhere? Are we forgetting about that?
That's a red flag. That's a red flag. You see what I'm saying? You're not focused. You're out here posting I didn't even know he was doing that.
Give me the Dallas Cowboys in this one. Give me Dallas, and I'll say two reasons why. Now, I'm not like I agree with all your points. You make valid points, right? You make very valid points, right? About the Chiefs and about the Cowboys. I feel like this Chief offense has been struggling. This Dallas defense has been struggling. It's going to be a immovable force and unmovable object, right? Or whatever the saying is, right? I don't know.
An unstoppable force.
An unstoppable force, unmovable object. Okay, this is going to be a very low-scoring game, I feel like. I think this is a very edge-on-edge matchup. But I just feel like the Cowboys right now really showed me a lot against Philly, against a really good defense that Philly had that's been running high and running hot. And especially at home, the Cowboys have a different gravy to them. And I just feel like when it comes to overall offense and overall consistency, I like Dak in this offense more from the Cowboys than I do from the Chiefs right now. Not saying Mahomes is not MVP level, he is. But I feel like there's just more opportunities for Dak and his offense to score than the Chiefs will. And granted, they need to be perfect. Dak needs to be perfect. This offense needs to be perfect. Take their opportunities because the Chiefs are Mahoming it right now. But the Chiefs are struggling a little bit, and I think we haven't really seen a game from them where we truly feel that struggle. And I think the Cowboys have nothing to lose here. I feel like they're 5-5. They're fighting for their playoff lives, right? 5-1, excuse me. They just beat the Eagles, huge win. Play the Chiefs now, and they play the Lions next week. This is pretty much their season at this point. So they need to come away with a win here, and I feel like at home on Thanksgiving, this is a game which will determine who the NFL loves more right now. Is it your old bride or your new bride? Right? This is a fun matchup for that reason. So we'll see who the NFL loves more. But I feel like I think I like this Cowboy offense a bit more than like the Chief offense right now. I think it's more consistent. If the Chiefs can't run the ball, that will be a big detriment to them, in my opinion. And I just feel like with the Cowboys, there's so many ways they can cut the Chiefs down. And they have to be perfect. They have to be good. They can't do what the Colts did. But I feel like Dak is a better quarterback right now to handle that Chief defense and the Mahomes pressure than Daniel Jones was. So I feel
That's
like
fair.
I would trust Dak more with that situation than I will. I don't see this Cowboy offense sputtering in the second half that the Colts did. I see them continuing to put on the pressure and put on points. So for that reason, I think it's a close game. I think it's a low scoring game. I'm saying maybe 21-17, and that's it. I have the Cowboys at just winning this one.
Fair enough.
I'll take a just winning this one. They just have to fucking win, but I don't know if they will. But
Now,
see,
you know what is a big
It's
win?
tight.
And you know who's coming back for 8 o'clock game versus the Baltimore Ravens? It's our
we
favorite
know.
guy. His name is
It is our
Joseph
favorite guy.
Ramon Burrow. Joe
Is
Burrow.
his middle name Ramon?
I'm joking. Gosh, play in. Goodness gracious. Anyway, Joseph Burrow is coming back. He's playing on Thanksgiving against the Baltimore Ravens. Divisional matchup. Baltimore Ravens, listen, they've been playing very inconsistent ball. But when Lamar Jackson is in the game, the last couple weeks they play. But I will say that I said this a couple days ago. Their schedule recently has been a bakery shop specialty. Cupcake. It has been soft like a tres leches, maybe a chocolate cake, maybe a warm cookie out of the oven, right? It's been very fucking soft. For that reason, give me the fucking Bengals, bro. Give me the Bengals. Joe Burrow coming back. The defense of the Ravens is not special whatsoever. I think Joe Burrow gives his offense the added juice that he needs. He'll have Jamar Chase. I don't see the Ravens defense holding him at all. I don't see them stopping the run at all. I think this will be a very high-scoring game late night. I think it'll go into the 30 points for the Bengals. And I just like the juice that Joseph Burrow brings to this team. I'm calling him Joseph because he deserves that respect. I just don't
No, I
see
love
the I
calling
just don't see the Baltimore Ravens having the defensive firepower to match the offensive firepower of the Bengals. So I see this kind of
Yep.
being a game where it's highly offensive, and you know, Bengals, the defense ain't all that. But when Joe Burrow's in the game, first couple weeks, he was making up for it. And the Ravens, they struggled when they played semi decent competition in the beginning of the year. They started out like 1-5, 2-5. Like they were not a good football team. And now they're winning with Lamar, but he's winning against teams that aren't really competent at all. They don't have a Joe Burrow. They don't have a Jamar Chase. They don't have a Chase Brown. The offensive weapons for me is going to be very key in this matchup, and that's why I'm going with Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
So, to correct Lewis, it's Joseph Lee Burrow. It's a future Jet name.
Joseph.
Right. Look, I don't disagree with you. I think the Bengals is a very interesting game because the division's still up for grabs. They're 3-6.
3-8.
The Steelers are 6-5, or 3-8,
Hmm.
or 6-5. They have a pretty cupcake schedule. The Bengals do after this. Well, they play the Bills. I'm sorry. They play Ravens again, and the Dolphins, Cardinals, and Browns end the year. So they have an opportunity here to go on a 6-game winning streak and finish high. I think it's tough. It's a tough ask for Joe Burrow to step back in right away and already have a feel for this offense over again. He won't have T. Higgins. He won't have he'll have Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase coming back. He still has no offensive line, so there's always going to be the risk of Joe Burrow getting re-injured because that's just a risk that's going to happen. And that defense, I'm not sold on. I really like the Ravens here. I think they just have too much right now. I think they're playing really well. They had a big comeback win against the Jets, surprising. But I feel like they're more consistent. They're slowly growing and getting better. Lamar's been slowly growing and getting better every week. And they're a different team when he's a quarterback. And I just feel like without T. Higgins and Joe Burrow's first game back on a short weekend division, I think it's going to be high scoring. This is going to be no defense at all. But in a no defense game, the Bengals somehow always seem to lose. So I think in that regard, I like the Ravens. I just do. I think they're the more complete team. I think they're the more well-ready team. I think this was like if Joe Burrow started 2 weeks ago, I'd probably go with the Bengals here. But I think because it's his first game back and it's a tough ask for him to come back right away. NFL got a bargain on Thanksgiving from coming back at Thanksgiving. They love that. They're gonna market the hell out of that. But I just feel like for right now, first game back against the Ravens in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Am I mistaken?
Yep.
In Baltimore. I think it's tough. I like the Ravens. I would say 35-28 is my score prediction. I like Baltimore. I think they're just right now more complete.
Fair enough.
It's a very high scoring game. I do agree with Daniel. I do think it's going to be the Ravens win because it is Joseph Burrow's first day back. I don't know if he's going to go off. My question was, what did he do the first game he came back from his last injury?
Man, I don't know. I don't know.
Because he's been injured a lot.
And
he's missed some weeks again. And I think he'll play well. But like Daniel said, we've seen him put up 40 points and still lose. The team is not trusted. The team is what's going to... It's like he don't got what he really needs to
flourish.
Guarantee the win for the Ravens. They've been back with Lamar now for longer, and they're trying to get in their rhythm, and I don't think the Bengals are going to win. They may lose by a point. But I think
Again.
It's too much for Joe to carry by himself. It's too soon. If he was already playing like the last 2-3 weeks, I don't even think it would matter that they're in Baltimore. I think that it'd be a much more competitive game, and he probably would have walked away possibly with a win. But he's just now coming back. Does not see Higgins. They lose anyway when he scores 50 points. So the Bengals are gonna lose. Great bargain for getting him back on Thanksgiving, but he's not gonna walk away with the W. I like Joe. I would want Joe to win. I just don't think he's going to.
Notice how the two Jeff fans picked Joe Burrow to lose.
Now I will say, right, like Joe Burrow, this is his first game, but he's been practicing for like 3 weeks now, so I think he's pretty strong.
Yeah.
I think he still has a great grasp of this offense, right? He is the ringleader. He is the engine that makes this car drive. And when you have Ja'Marr Chase, anything is possible. I think it will be so high scoring. If the Bengals come out on top, you don't know how great I'll feel. I'll be like, "Ooh, yeah, baby, he's back."
It'd be great if they can pull it off.
But like,
listen.
I don't know. I don't know if the Bengals team, as a team, right? And we look at who the Ravens have played in the last 4 weeks. I think the Bengals are better than the Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, and Jets. I think the Ravens struggle here because the fact that you have to come back against the Jets, awful. The fact that you have to come back against the Vikings, awful. The fact that the fact that you were losing to the Browns at one point, right? If you give life to the Bengals, they can take over a game offensively to where now you're not gonna catch up because now your score's behind. I'm banking on the Bengals being able to pretty much score points almost every single possession, which is very hard to do, very difficult. But I think that their team is suited for that, right? They don't have a really good defense. I think the offense is going to try to score every single time because if they don't, they'll fucking lose. So I'm gonna go Bengals here. I'm pretty confident that. And sometimes, the Bengals, when they play these teams who are like now like their rivals, right? The Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, somehow, some way, they start to play a little bit more competent than against some other competition where they look a little lackadaisical. So I think this is a big game. Joseph Burrow's coming back. They know the importance that the fact that Joe Burrow is back, the front office is giving this team hope that, yes, we still have a chance. So I think they're going to play like they still have a chance.
How many wins do they have?
They have 3. They don't really have that big of a chance, but the fact that Joe Burrow is coming back, this is the message that's being sent to the team. Like, guys, don't worry. We're not out of it. We have this guy, Superman.
They would have to win every single game.
Yep. And
the others would have to lose.
Exactly. And you know why? And you know what? That is unrealistic. But the front office is selling what Obama sold. Hope.
Huh.
Hope.
Love how that turned out.
That's all they have. That's all they have is hope. They don't got wins to show for it. Like, if they were like 5 and 6, okay, it's a bit more realistic. But now all they have is hope and like dreams. So I think that the Bengals, with their guy back at the helm, I think they put up big numbers on Thanksgiving.
I want to slightly counter this because I feel like the same thing could be said for the Ravens. You're playing the Bengals, division rival. You haven't played well all year. You now have a chance to get first place in the division after this week. Mm-hmm. It's go time now. They need to start getting ready for the playoffs. And granted, I haven't watched every Raven game all year. I've seen the one that they played against the Jets. I feel like they played down in competition, but they always eke out a win. And they haven't been themselves without Lamar Jackson. And Lamar hasn't been himself all year. I feel like this is the opportunity for them to kind of really dial in, readjust themselves, and make it go time. Right? I think you say the same thing you said for the Bengals. You say the same exact thing for the Ravens. They've been meandering all year. This is their chance to right themselves and get ready for the playoff push. Mm-hmm. Right? This is division game at home. You have Lamar, you have Burrow. You have to get up for this game. Right? Okay, you played the Jets, the Browns, the Dolphins, and you won. You eked out wins. Now you really have to start establishing yourself as a team. And you did that at the beginning of the year when Lamar first came in and played it. When you almost beat the Bills on Sunday Night Football. Can they get back to that? That's going to be their goal. I like Harbaugh to do that here as well, to kind of get his guys fired up for it. And I just trust the Ravens a bit more right now in that regard. So I would just counter that with what you said about the Bengals. You say the same thing about the Ravens.
And you know what? That's fair. And this game, I just know this game is going to be so much fun. I just know it's going to be fun. Like, both these offenses.
Shout out NFL. Great slate. Good job, Goodell.
Genuinely fun games. Genuinely fun games to watch. Like, yes. Especially offensively too. Like, they're on every single team. There's something to get excited about on offense and to look forward to on the defensive end as well. So I'm
genuinely. Daniel's losing a lot of money this tomorrow. I promise you that.
How much money you betting? How many parlays?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Nice.
8.
Can we get to 10?
9. We could get to 10. We could push it. I'll name. I have anytime touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
I have the game pick, the money line picks. I have prop bets. I player prop bets for the first game, player prop bets for the second game, player prop bets for the third game. Mm-hmm. Then Black Friday, anytime touchdown. Black Friday player prop bets. There's 15 NBA games and there's 15 NHL games.
Ooh.
So.
And speaking of Black Friday, let's talk about it. Bears going into Philly, one of the worst cities of all time. And they are going to play they're going to play the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. The Philadelphia Eagles team that just lost a comeback loss from the Cowboys. And the Bears team, who is riding high off of another win, big-time win against the Steelers. I'll let one of you guys go first. I'm still thinking about this one. I know what I'm going to pick, but I'm thinking of my reasoning as we speak. So one of you guys could take the reins on this one.
I'll go first. I don't have heavy analysis for this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave that to you guys. But I do think the Eagles will win. They want their look back for looking stupid last week at Dallas. Bears are doing well. They are doing well, but they got a long way to go, and I don't think they'll be able to match up with what the Eagles are trying to look. They're obviously their record is they're doing well. Their records show is telling the story better than what they're showing, that they're doing really well, but and they're on their way to the playoffs, and they're not going to let the Bears come in. They're just not going to do that. It's going to be what the Chiefs and the Colts like. Yeah, you're a good team. You're good, but you're not going to come in and we're not going to let you go. We need the win. We like the Eagles, I think for their locker room's sake, they need the win. It's like beyond playoffs. It's like for us to stay like somewhat cohesive together despite, people chirping in the fucking media constantly, we need the win for their own morale, even though they don't have a fucking losing record. And that team is really dysfunctional on the inside. It's the angry family. They're just like, they're really, they kind of, I'm not an Eagles fan, so they kind of give me the ick sometimes. But they are going to win.
Okay. All right. I think I have my reasoning. I'm going to go Philly as well. I think the Bears, for me, they're obviously 8-3, right? They're obviously top of the NFC North, so they're obviously a good team, right? The division has two other good teams in it, so they're obviously playing and winning this so far this year. But I see the Eagles' defense as a very, very tough ask for the Chicago Bears offense to try and navigate. I like Caleb Williams. I love his potential. But in certain games, he tries to do a bit too much for me. And when it comes down to, all these one-score games, are they going to be able to score on this Eagles defense effectively? And also, I just fucking looking at Daniel reading a fucking book. Fuck it, I already know what this fucking motherfucker's gonna say.
You're gonna go with the Bears?
Hold on. Let me cook. Then we'll let his fucking pot open up. But also the Eagles have a very good offense, right? So the Eagles could do both. They could shut you down and they could score on you. Their running game hasn't been that effective. Their passing game is up and down here and there. But I like the Eagles more as a complete team here. They are still, one of the top teams in the NFC, excuse me. And they've beaten some pretty good teams, and they've beaten them by their defense being good, right? This offense could click at any time. We saw in the Cowboys game, right, where they were just on fire offensively. And we saw that also in the Rams game, in the Bucks game, right, where they were on fire offensively. And now, for more recently, they're winning because of their defense. So I'm going to take their defense and their game plan to be able to force bad throws out of Caleb Williams, to force him out the pocket, trying to do too much, and to get real good pressure on Caleb Williams. And that offense is going to do just enough to where the defense doesn't have to, really struggle that much. They're not as tired. They're not on the field all the time. I think this will be a pretty, dare I say, easy win for the Philadelphia Eagles. I may be jinxing it, but I just think the Eagles are a better team. I could see this being like a 24 to 9-6 game. I don't see this Bears offense in the same light as some other people may see it. I think this offense is a bit up and down. So I'm going to go with the Eagles. Now this motherfucker here, Daniel.
Lord Daniel, please share. Share your wisdom with us.
In the presidential suite, on the wall by the door, going to the bedroom, a whole lot of blood. And some other stuff. Gushy.
What the hell are you reading?
I think The gushy stuff must have been brains. Oh my God, said Jack. Wendy, now pale, very pale, her lips nearly gray.
Can you
Place
stop it?
that some pretty bad types owned it a while back. Organized people from
Can you
Las Vegas.
stop?
I'm sorry, I'm just doing my best AJ Brown because I like to read on the side. Shout out Stephen King and The Shining. So I have a bit. I gotta commit to the bit. Right? I've been gushing over the Bears the past 3 weeks. I like this team. I like Caleb Williams. Everything in me knows to pick Philly, but I gotta commit to the bit, and I gotta pick the
Why?
Bears here. Cause I got
Who
you.
said
You
you
can't go. I can't go against my own grain.
Yes,
And
you
we'll go
fucking
against every
can.
fiber of my being.
You're going against your grain by not choosing the Eagles when you know the Eagles are probably gonna win. You're just
They
doing
are
that.
probably gonna win.
Well,
But
then that's your grain, you dope. What are you talking about? It's the fucking Bears.
my heart is saying that the Bears, I think, have. Because look, I'm not. I think Philly has problems. I don't think this is a complete Philly team. I think their defense has been playing a lot better. Offensively, they're still a disaster, to say the least. I think on a short week, I think at home to all sides push to the Eagles to win. I like Caleb Williams. I like Kyle Monunga as the running back. I think Montez Sweat has been the most underrated defensive end in the league right now. I'm really pushing myself to pick the Bears. I really am. I think this is a very, very good Bears team on the road. This is where they get their marquee win. You want to pick the team that's riding high. I think it's a close game, but I think at the end of the day, I'm picking the Philadelphia Eagles. I think you just kind of have to. I mean, like I think you just kind of have to. I mean, really, like it's. I think all things considered, they're a family that fights. We know this, but I think when push comes to shove, they handle their business. I think Dallas was just a divisional fluke. I think they'll right themselves this week. I think defensively they'll be fine. Run the ball. That's all I can tell you to do. Run the ball, please. It shouldn't be this complicated of a task to do. If they can run the ball effectively, they're going to steamroll the Bears. It's as simple as that. I think this is a good stage for Caleb Williams. This is where I think he's going to have a big game. But I think experience, coaching, and everything in that regard, I think Ben Johnson has been a very proven commodity. He's so far been Rookie Coach of the Year by a mile. So I think in all things considered, he'll have a big game. I think the Bears will play well. I don't think they'll get demolished. But I think experience will win out. The Eagles will find a way to win if they run the ball. And I think it'll be close, but not like too close. I think like 30-20 would be fair. 30-21, something like that. I think this will be a good spotlight for Caleb Williams, but not his moment yet. I think he's getting there, but we're taking baby steps as a Bears organization. This is one of those baby steps. You learn to win by losing. This will be one of those moments.
And I do think next year the Bears will be a lot more serious. I think if they stay progressing for the rest of the season, I think next year they'll be real like I can trust them more next year.
Yeah, I would also agree. I think for me, when I'm looking at this schedule, man, and I've watched Bears games, it's just something about them that I don't trust a lot. Now I know they're coming back against teams, and Caleb's playing hot ball right now, but like they're keeping it too fucking close with teams that I think that they're just genuinely better than.
That's part of their learning right now.
Keeping it close with the Raiders, keeping it close with the Commanders, Saints, Bengals, Giants, Vikings, even Steelers. Yeah, I think they're light years ahead of the Steelers in terms of talent, in terms of play calling. I just they just play somehow, some way. They make it close, and there's struggles and there's lapses in their game. That's why I'm picking Philly. I don't think Philly, besides sometimes not getting the ball to A.J. Brown and the yards per carry, what else can we talk about with the Eagles? That's it.
I'm just saying, if we see this by A.J. Brown on the weekend, the Eagles are winning. We just know that.
Because he's not getting the ball, but they're winning. So he's like, I'm not getting the ball, but like, oh wow, this is a great verse. You guys like this? This is great, right? Just reading the Bible. You know what I mean? This is great.
Like, if you're him, how do you feel? Like, I'm not getting the ball, but we're winning. So where's my complaint?
He's selfish.
He's, as a wide receiver, you're a diva. As a wide receiver, you are inherently selfish. You want the limelight. You want the stats. You want the catches, right? I get paid to catch the ball. When you throw me shit passes, it makes me look bad. Or if you don't throw it to me, it's like, well, why do you pay me? Why am I here then? I'm paid to do this, but you're not even trying to get me involved, right? We could scheme guys open. It's done a lot in the NFL. You think JSN is fucking just having this amazing breakout year because of his talent alone? Yes, he is very talented, but he's also getting fucking schemed open, and he's also like the only guy there. The Eagles have a gaggle of offensive tools that they can use. They can run the ball. They have the tush push. They have Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith, and they also then have A.J. Brown, right? I think A.J. Brown.
They have a cornucopia.
They have a cornucopia of offensive weapons at their disposal. And sometimes, A.J. Brown gets overlooked. Sometimes Devontae Smith gets overlooked. Sometimes Dallas Goedert doesn't get a catch in like 3 games. Sometimes Saquon Barkley just sucks running the ball. But they fucking win. They just keep winning. And they look, sometimes, even in their wins where they don't score too much, they're still like, damn, this fucking Eagles team is really good. Because now their defense is making plays. Huh?
You know what it is, too? He could bitch and he could complain, but he hasn't requested a trade.
Mm-hmm.
He bitches and complains, but he has not requested a trade out of there. Because if he was really upset and he was really disappointed in all the play calling, whatever it was, he would have been wanted out of there. He would have wanted Brandon Ayuk that shit. Okay? He would have been wanted out of there. So, obviously, there's someone or something keeping him in the room. And so winning must be one of those things. So, I get it.
I got
it. There's something in the room or somebody in the room that is keeping him there and keeping him happy.
The Italian mob.
I guess Nick Sirianni is saying something over there.
Yeah, he's like, hey, keep A.J. Brown locked in his hotel. He's not going anywhere. A.J. Brown's just sitting there reading a book, and then
he's giving him the right book.
He's like, I'll give him a Barnes & Noble gift card. He'll like it. He loves reading. Well,
but yeah, I think to end the conversation, if he was really upset and he really wanted it out of there, he would have been requested a trade a long time ago.
Yeah, because he did that with Tennessee.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But those have been the games. Those are our predictions. I'm going to write this down. We're going to go over it, and then we're going to keep score. Keeping score is fun. Okay. So
we all went against the grain on one game, and we all came together on one game.
That is true. Let's go Daniel here. Okay. So
I went Lions, Cowboys, Ravens, Eagles.
Lions, Cowboys, Ravens, Eagles. I went Lions, Chiefs, Bengals, Eagles. And Jess, you went with for the games. Who'd you go with?
Packers, Chiefs, Ravens,
Packers,
Eagles.
Chiefs, Ravens, and Eagles. You know what that means? Caleb Williams fucking going into Philly and he's cooking. Let me tell you.
It's a win-win for me.
It's a win.
I'll take that.
But thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you guys. And as always, take care. Happy Thanksgiving. Be with your
Happy
families.
Thanksgiving.
Put your phone down. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the family. Enjoy the food. And we'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.